We'll get straight into it then. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me just share this screen that I have here. Um share. So here we go. That. Let's make me small. Perfect. Right, so hopefully you should be able to see that now. Is that all visible?
Teach first application coach. Yeah.
Let's do it. Excellent.
Coaching.
So, um okay. So let's talk through the process. So the objectives of this lesson are going to be understanding the teach first application process. We're going to structure strong responses using the CAR method. We'll get into all that and avoid common mistakes and refine your answers. And then we're going to prepare. We're going to look at what the next steps will be
Okay.
in the mock interviews. All right. So how are you feeling about your teach first applications so far?
Teach first application. I have not completed the application,
Okay.
the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the there are two sections
Mm-hmm.
which I have not done yet. One is situational response, or
Yeah.
another is situational judgment or something like that.
Sure. Okay, so today we'll work through your application together. All right. We'll look at focusing on strong
Yeah.
structure responses um, that align with the teach first expectations of you. Right.
Okay.
So we'll look at your background and your experiences and how that all makes you a good candidate. Um, so let's quickly go over what Teach First is looking for. So their core mission is to ensure that no child's educational success should be limited by their socioeconomic background, right? And it's important that your application reflects the alignment with that vision, right? That should be the whole vision
Okay.
coming
Okay.
from you, right? And for them. Okay. So let's
Should
dive
I
right.
write it down or there will be like handout?
If you want,
Yeah.
um I'll send you the slides that I've done.
Okay. Okay. No
All
problem.
right, as well. And
Thank you.
I also want to look at your physical application. So,
Yes.
share that
Yes.
with me as well, and we'll look at it together. We'll go through it together.
Thank you.
So, um, so let's dive into the first section. Obviously, the key traits that we've got here, we've got leadership, resilience, adaptability, problem solving, and communication, right? So why are you applying to join the Teach First training program?
Uh, Basically, if I am right, if I give the right answer, and if I tell my motivation to maybe little bit may not coincide, so which I will tell a good answer or a honest answer and
Well,
honest answer.
what is your motivation? Just let's be honest about it. I'm here to.
Honesty is getting a good job and
Yeah,
good pay.
yeah,
That is the frank issue with everybody. Why do we work? We want to earn money,
yeah,
better, a better living.
absolutely,
Why
absolutely.
we, yeah. This is the honest, but many people won't like it if I say it in the interview. So
And
that's why,
do you know what? You hit the nail on the head. You probably want to avoid that.
yeah, yeah,
Frankly, we all want to earn money, and it is a good way
yeah,
to earn money.
yeah.
Um, but what
And
to her?
why I'm interested in school teaching, because I have learned a lot of things
Mm,
in science,
mm,
and I want to use my knowledge and skills
hmm.
in my working life
Yeah,
so that I can transfer the my knowledge and skills to the pupils,
yeah, yeah,
and it gives a job satisfaction, it gives a sense of joy, and so that
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I
That
absolutely
is,
love
yeah,
teaching.
I enjoy teaching. Yeah.
Yeah, I love imparting the wisdom that I've learned and
Wisdom. Yeah,
I'm good
yeah, yeah.
at it, you know.
Yeah.
So, and mainly really I want to help people, right? That's my motivation.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. That's why
Yeah.
I set up my own business as well, so I could do it how I wanted to do it and,
Yeah.
um but yeah, so obviously that's one of the most important questions and that's what they'll look at. So they want to see that you understand their mission, which was what we went over it. Um
Nobody should be, no child's educational success should be limited by social. Should I write it down? It is
yeah,
very
absolutely.
important. If I write it down, then
I absolutely encourage you to write down things
yeah,
and yeah, 100%. But I'll send you everything as well. But yeah, the more we can get it
no
in, the better. So
child's educational success should be limited. I have written a book. I have not told you.
no, you haven't. Tell me.
Limited by limited should be limited by, excuse me,
By their
by the
socio-economic background.
socio economic. I have written a book on social justice.
Really?
Social Justice Revisited. If
Okay.
you Google it by Kamal Mojumdar, you can find it in Amazon or some other
Well, let's
places.
see. Was it called social?
Justice Revisited. Revisited by Kamal Mojumdar.
How do you spell it?
MAJ
Oh, there
Kamal
we go.
Mojumdar PDF.
Yes. Social Justice Revisited. Let's have a
Yeah,
look.
this
Oh, we got Aristotle, Plato, Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know how to say this. I don't want to mess it
Swami
up.
Vivekananda.
Thank you. Okay, nice. Wow, so that in itself might be a really good leg up for you. Because look, what is their mission? We'll look at it again.
Yeah,
Child's
yeah,
education, civil limits, but
yeah.
right? So this talks about it, maybe not from a child's perspective, but that's already like a leg
For
up.
everybody's perspective, from
Absolutely.
those who need help.
And maybe you can even
Maybe.
talk about your own kind of like your
Yeah,
socio-economic background,
yeah, yeah.
and how you've had to,
I went back to India. I didn't went back. My parents went back to India when
mm,
I was a baby,
yeah,
and then we had lot of financial problems in India.
mm,
My mom did not get a well-paid job. She was working for a Scrooge,
mm,
and my dad uh, was working, but after 12 years,
mm.
his job was gone one fine morning.
Wow,
Then he could not get another job. He was a scientist, contract scientist. He
wow,
could not got, he did not got another job. So many years we suffered, struggled financially.
yeah.
Then
So all of that history and that background that you have, have you got kids? Have you got a wife?
I'm divorced. I was married for 4.5 months only.
Oh wow,
I,
okay,
I have a daughter whom I have never seen
really,
in my life. Yeah.
mm,
Then I have not married again.
yeah. Okay, so
Many years ago, that happened many years ago in 2006.
sure, sure, okay. Well, like your own story has a really, really powerful impact in this as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they just want to see that you're on their team. You want to impart the wisdom that you've learned. Really, that's what they want to see. So,
And I am very passionate to help about disadvantaged people.
yeah.
Those who are disadvantaged and for lack of money or any other things, socio-economically, those who are behind, lacking. Uh,
Absolutely. So that's personal to you as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, it's a really good,
So I don't want that anybody should suffer the way I suffered in my childhood. Means
excellent,
financially.
excellent. That's really, really great.
Yeah,
I love that. That's great. That's all can help with the process, right?
yeah.
So, um, let's look at the application process. So the
And
best
what is the
way,
meaning of resilience exactly?
resilience.
Yeah,
So what have you just talked to me about? You've talked to me about, you struggled as a child, you didn't have the best sort of finances,
yeah,
your
yeah,
parents struggled, and
yeah.
and what does that build within someone when they reach this place of, okay, it builds resilience, it builds strength, it builds
Strength.
character
Yeah, yeah.
because
Inner
you come
strength.
from nothing, right? And you're building something.
Yeah.
So you've throughout that time, you've created resilience. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
let's look at let's look at the actual definition, but that's the example. Yeah, the capacity
Resilience
to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties.
from difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you put your child in school because you learn from other people and it builds character, right? Sometimes things might be a bit awkward, it might be a bit
Hmm.
tough, but it all builds a picture of who you want to be, right? So, yeah, it's the ability or you know, the ability to withstand and to come through the other side, So that's what resilience means. So, when talking about the application process, we've got motivation and understanding, we've got the leadership question, the competency question, and the situational judgment test, right? That's the
Yeah,
application process, as far
yeah,
as I understand it. Am I correct?
yeah, yeah.
So, so let's talk about the CAR method: context, action, and result. So, when we're looking at answering, okay, and you can write this down as well, this is a really good one: CAR,
Yeah,
context, action, result, right?
yeah.
So that's a really, really good way to structure your responses while you're applying. So when we're looking at why you're applying to teach first, what inspired you to apply? What steps have you taken to prepare? And what impact do you want to make? Okay.
Okay,
I'm going to send you all these slides as well, so you
okay.
can have that. So let's go ahead. Um, let's start with your motivation. Okay. So when we're looking at the motivation and understanding, all right. How can we
Yes.
structure that with the CAR method? Context, action, result. So we can start writing it now.
Because should I write or
Yeah, absolutely.
should I tell you?
I want you to get thoughts down on a paper and we can
Yeah.
organize it later, but I want you to start writing, okay?
Okay.
So, when it comes to the motivation and understanding, right? Using the CAR method, describe what inspired you to pursue teaching? Was there a personal experience that led you here? And all these things that you've just told me about, you know, I struggled as a child, didn't have much money. I want to make sure.
I
That's
want to
all.
make an impact to the society
Absolutely. But to these, kids,
because
you know,
I all my life I have been kind to those who are disadvantaged.
yeah, why?
And
Because you were
why?
once
Because I
disadvantaged.
have seen poverty.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they want to see, right? They want to see what inspired you. Why do you want to be here? What's going to keep you here? This process, the teach first process, is quite a
Yeah,
long one for a reason because they want to make
yeah,
sure that your standards match theirs,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? They really want to make sure. So, we're looking at no child's educational success should be limited by their social economic background. And was your success limited by your socio-economic background?
Yes,
Right.
I
So
agree. Yeah.
the inspiration, you can gather that inspiration from that, right? From the in the context and go, that's what inspired me to apply. these are the steps that I've taken to prepare. You've had one-to-one coaching to
Okay, okay.
see, you've looked into it,
Yeah,
you've
action
got
is
your
one-to-one
education,
coaching. Yeah.
you know? So, and then the results. What do you hope to put out there, right? So, what inspired you? What steps have you taken? Context, action, result. Yeah. So we're going to
Okay. Should
follow
I
that.
write, or
Well,
you're
okay,
going to discuss this over?
here's what we can do. We can either start writing it right now and I can go through it with you, or we can have another session where you've gone off with this information and you've written it for yourself, and then we can have another session talking about it and go breaking down your application. Because I mean, you know, we're half an hour in already. I'm only
Yeah. So
on slide 3. So do
so
you want
we
to
will. I will write at home and
yeah.
email it to you.
Yeah, and then we can
And
like have a maybe like a half an hour
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing
yeah,
and just look at it together. Does that sound all right?
yeah. Sound all right. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm going to send you these slides as well so you can refer to it while you're writing. All right. So
Okay, okay.
context, action, result. You're going to hear that a lot. Car. All right. So, uh, do, 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 do. So let's talk about the leadership and competency based questions. All right. So, these are their competencies, right? I looked on their website.
Yeah,
So they've
yeah.
got humility, respect, and empathy, interaction, understanding and motivation, leadership, planning and organizing, problem solving, resilience. Yeah. It's not easy. You need patience, energy, positive mindset to persevere through everything, right? Self-evaluation, adaptability. That's a key one, right? So, um, again, all your responses, every single one should be framed within the CAR method. Context, describe the situation where you were adaptable. What did you do in that situation? And what was the outcome of that situation? What was the
Work
result?
hard and keep patience. That I all I could do
But it
at
needs
that
to
time.
be,
Yeah.
and you need to hear this, it needs to be real situations.
Real
Real situations.
situation. Yeah.
Not just and
Imaginary or yeah.
yeah, it needs to be real situations, can be anything, you're in your education while you're doing your degrees, can be in a previous work, you know, but all of these competencies, right? It's just assessing, your ability and frame all of your answers within what method?
Hard.
CAR method. Excellent. Fantastic.
Context, action, and
Context,
result.
action, and result. Okay, so they want to see leadership potential, resilience, and problem-solving skills. So think of a time where you took on responsibility and went beyond expectations, right? This could be, again, from your work, studies, or personal life, right?
Yeah.
Um, so which example do you think um, best demonstrates your leadership skills, for example?
Best demonstrate my leadership skills. That I am. I have not led in that sense many people in 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 at one time
Mm. Well, it
in
could
the
be
in that
it could be
sense,
anything.
but
It doesn't have to be many people. But where have you, in your personal life, in your work life, in your study life, where have you taken initiative and you've stepped up, right? Where is that? That's got to be
in
some.
my work life,
Hmm.
once in India, in my first job,
Mm-hmm.
there was a there was a I was asked to organize a fair, first ever internet fair in India
There you go. Yeah.
in year 1997.
Wow. Okay. Wonderful. How did that go?
It went well. I organized that in a five-star hotel, and I got many participants,
Excellent.
and
Excellent.
everybody paid some money towards the costs.
Fantastic.
About 20 participants came,
Hmm.
and we had a very good day and lectures, seminars,
Hmm.
all going together. stalls.
And you organized all of
I
this.
organized all of this. Yeah.
Excellent. So, um, that's a great situation. Now let's frame it in the car method. Okay, so context, what was the situation?
The situation was first ever internet fair in India.
Okay, what did you take the initiative? What did you do to take the initiative and lead?
First, I collected the phone numbers of possible participants,
Mm-hmm.
and I phoned them,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they have agreed to come, then I asked for some money towards the participation fee.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came, actually it was like a event organizing thing, event management.
Sure.
So when they came, I organized the first ever internet fair. People didn't know at that time what internet was. Uh,
That's quite
in
a pioneering,
pioneering, yeah,
yeah, situation.
in 1997 so far. So
And so what
so
was the result of your
the
outcome?
result was my company's reputation very like peaked,
Yeah,
got a very high reputation, and people appreciated me, my organization skills,
that's
and
exactly it. It's as
and
simple as that.
yeah.
Context, action, result. And that, to me, I'm hearing that and I'm like, wow, look what you did, you know? So that's how we frame everything. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna frame everything in the context, the action, and the result.
Also, we can talk about writing my book.
Writing a book as well,
I think
you
this
know,
book, yeah,
planning and
this is more
organizing.
applicable to style, teach first vision,
Absolutely.
because during the pandemic time,
Mm,
what this context, what was the context and situation? Pandemic time, everybody was staying at home,
yeah,
and
yeah,
people were dying, and it moved me.
yeah,
So it moved my mind. I was staying at home.
yeah.
At that time, I did, I have written a book on social justice. What was the
Wonderful.
outcome? I published the book and I have distributed
You're getting
to
it. That's so exciting.
yeah,
I love that. So
yeah.
everything in car method, context, action, result. I absolutely love that. That's wonderful. So and for your resilience, please tell that story. Tell
Okay.
that story of, I didn't grow up with everything. I had
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
growing up, and
yeah.
here I am now. I've made something of myself. I've gone to university. I've got this, and now I want to.
I have gone to university, means I have two master's degrees.
Exactly, you've got two
No,
master's degrees. You came from
yeah.
nothing.
I
You've now
came
got
from
two
nothing.
master's
Yeah,
degrees. you know?
yeah,
So that's a really good, that's what they want to see.
yeah,
That's what they want to see. And you have a leg up in a way because why? Because of your socio-economic background,
yeah,
you know? So
yeah.
really, like that's
I came from a disadvantaged background.
exactly that.
Absolutely true.
So so you have a leg up.
Yeah,
You have a leg
yeah,
up in this
yeah,
interview. We just need to frame it right, to structure it right. I was looking at the document that you sent me, the which one? The why are you applying? Da, 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 da.
yeah,
It's a lot of information, but there's nothing in there about like, here's my social. Honestly, interviews. Can I give you a really hot tip here? Okay, interviews are literally they want you to mirror. They want you to mirror their values. They want you to mirror, them as a company. Because if you can mirror them as a company, right,
yeah.
then they can see your value in what they want to achieve
Okay,
in their
okay.
mission. So any interview that happens, you need to be holding a mirror up to them and just reflecting back exactly what they want to see, right? That's so
And
important.
that's why I am very passionate to help disadvantaged children, especially in education.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to like want to make money
Not
as
only
well.
children, I help
Yeah.
many ways disadvantaged people, but especially children. They
Mhm.
are like our future, and not only our future. If I help them and they can build their future well,
Mm.
then society benefits as a whole, and it is very rewarding and satisfying for a teacher to.
Absolutely. I mean, me personally, like I've taught in many schools and it's so rewarding to go and help. It's the future, you know, the children of the future, and go and
Yeah,
help them achieve what they want to achieve and be who they want to be. You know, that's such a rewarding thing. To just be a small part of their, you know, of their journey of life is amazing. And this is all the stuff they want to hear, you know, they want you to hold a mirror up to them.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they want, you know. So so now we've got like so now I'm hoping that you have like a really good understanding of, you know, how what they want to hear, how they want to hear it, right? So we've got um right uh, uh yeah, so grammar and spell check, you know,
yeah,
5 errors. 5 errors, that's it. And it's
yeah.
gone,
5 hours, that's it. Yeah,
right? Just five.
just five. Yeah, grammar,
Really,
spell check, punctuation, all included.
they automatically reject it. So go through responses, and and this is another thing that I you need to do. 250 words. Get
Two
that
hundred and fifty words. Yeah,
super,
yeah.
super in. I don't want you to do any more. I don't want you to do any less
Any
than
less.
250 words.
Yeah.
Has to be 250 words. And maybe, you know, you can even use, you know, you mentioned ChatGPT earlier. If you formulate a response that comes from you, just comes from you, and even if we just chunk it down and you know, you write a
Yeah.
couple paragraphs or whatever, you write a paragraph. Doesn't matter how many, I want you to write what you think. Then maybe we can use ChatGPT to put it in there and say, can you simplify this to 250 words?
I can write 250 words. Exactly 250 words. I do not know, but 248, 245 to 250.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah. And
yeah.
if what is the question I have to write? I have to see the
So all of the
screen.
questions,
Yeah.
250 words. They're
Yeah.
250 word questions. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So just make sure all of them are 250, okay? We need to ensure that that each of your responses directly answers the question and highlights your contributions, not just the group efforts, right? So when it comes to, like you were talking about your um the meeting that you set up for, you know,
Yeah.
1997, you know, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's other people involved in that as well, so it's
Other
good.
people involved. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's also good to highlight your contributions because it's
Okay.
not their
Okay.
application, it's your
Okay.
application, right? Um, so let's go over let's go over the pitfalls to avoid, right? So
Yeah.
we need to avoid writing vague answers. We need to be as specific as possible. So using that CAR method, right?
Yeah.
So, and then we focus on your
Was it using we instead of I, or was it I should use more I instead of we? I
so this is what we need to avoid using we
oh,
instead of
oh,
I, right? We need to avoid that. So we need to you need to focus on your individual impact using I instead of we.
I should use more I
Yes,
than we.
100%.
Okay,
Because what are they assessing?
myself. Yeah,
Absolutely, it's hit the nail on the head. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
Um, avoid ignoring spelling or grammar mistakes because that's just silly. If you put in, you know, all this effort and you've got all these nice answers and then you lose out because of a spelling or grammar mistake,
yeah, yeah,
you know, and
yeah,
you can use things like Grammarly, you know, even, you know, putting it in a Word document, and they can see,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
where you're
yeah,
going wrong.
yeah.
So yeah, and stick to the word limits. Really stick to the
Okay,
word limits. So use
okay,
the full 250 words, but stick to it.
yeah.
Concise. So concise, really to the point, but detailed responses are absolutely key. Um,
One example for one answer, or more than one example they expect for one answer. For one answer, one example is enough, or more than one
Yeah, just
example?
one is fine.
One is fine.
250 words. Do you know what? If I was reading your application, I would much rather you give me a really detailed, concise response in one situation, right? And then I can really absorb that and go, wow, this is where Kamal has shined. This is where he's shone in his life. And I can read that and I can digest that. Too many examples is like, okay. Give
Yeah,
me a
yeah.
really good, solid response. And also, you mentioned they've extended
Time limit,
your
deadline. Yeah.
deadline, right?
Deadline till 24th.
Okay. I'd recommend probably getting it in before then,
Yeah, before.
just to show that you're keen, just to show that you're eager. This is all very possible. It's, you know, using this car method, sticking to the thing, it's just a structure and you've got the answers. I've already heard you've got the answers. We just need to order it.
Yeah.
We just need to structure it. And it's not something that's going to be difficult. So, I'm super excited about it. I can see you've got the right,
Guidance.
responses, right answers.
Responses. Yeah.
So, you know, maybe try and think about submitting it a little bit early, maybe 4 days early, maybe give yourself to the
Yeah,
test,
yeah.
you know. So do you have any questions about any of this?
Questions means I can write down the questions. Write down
Do you have any
the
questions for me right now?
no. I can write down the questions, answer it, and then send it to you for checking.
So
Is that okay?
what I'll do is if we end the session now, okay,
Yeah.
we've got 20 minutes left, then
Okay.
I'll spend that 20 minutes with you, reading
Okay.
your application with you
Okay. Okay.
at a later date. Does that sound
Okay.
okay?
Yeah. That sounds okay. Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll finalize the response in those 20 minutes. All right. We'll
All
submit the
right.
application before the deadline and then we'll prepare. We'll see
Means I will next my Tuesday, Monday night, my money comes and I will send you £100 and I can take at least 4 sessions. Then we can carry on taking more sessions if needed.
absolutely, we absolutely
So,
can.
so I don't think time is a like restriction. Will be
No,
a restriction for us.
no, absolutely not. But like, I want to get the most out of this time. I haven't got anything else to
Okay.
teach you in
Okay.
this, right?
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
send you, I'm gonna send you this this slide that I've made. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you that so you can
Go through.
structure your
Print
responses
out. Yeah.
properly,
Yeah.
right? Then I want you, when you're done, just pop me a text, whatever, and say I'm ready to book those 20 minutes to look over
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
application together, and we'll do it
Yeah.
together. All right?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah? No problem at all. Hopefully that was helpful.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, Kamal. Absolutely fantastic chatting with you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you. Thank you
No
very much.
problem. All right, speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye, Kamal. Bye.